Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic, and sitting right next side of me over here is Pete Pardo.
What's going on, folks? How are you? Thanks for joining another episode of Comic Book Geezers. Yeah, everybody's so used to talking about issues. Another episode of
Talking about issues, I was wrapping up an episode last episode, and
Mom called.
Yeah.
Got to answer when Mom calls, right?
Yeah, so. And I've got priorities.
Yeah. So we abruptly ended our House of Mystery, and he's got more to say.
It was the second time I got out of my seat for that.
Yes.
So anyway, we were wrapping up a House of Mystery episode.
Yes.
And then I was going to go off on a tangent, so I'll do that now.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Bonus tangent here. Has nothing to do with Peter Parker.
We did, a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago, a House of Mystery episode on my collection at that time. It has continually grown. Keeps growing.
Yes, continually grown.
Keeps growing. This guy wrote
continues to grow.
Yes, not growed.
Continually growed.
So a guy recently wrote a comment about this book, and that in the writer's letters, you know, the viewers, the audience, the
readers,
letters
from readers. Yes, letters from subscribers.
Letters from the readers.
Yes,
letters
page. Isn't that what they used to call it?
Yeah.
I don't know what they give it.
The letters page. Yeah. Kane's Corner or something like that. So somebody wrote and asked, where is the House of Mystery? And Kane answers and says that it's in Tennessee. And that's basically, this guy who wrote a comment was like, hey, I know for a fact that it's in there. Can you back me up on that? Because nobody knows what I'm talking about. And the guy was right. There is a part in here where Kane gives directions to the House of Mystery. But, of course, all the directions are vague and ambiguous. You know, it's like, around the corner from the Hell Pit, just down by the killer vine tree, you know, and it's like, whoa.
But I guess if you live down there, you hear all that stuff, and you're like, hey, I know where that is.
So, right? And this guy who wrote the comment lives in that area, and he said it has a reputation for, I guess, being considered haunted or something. It's got, you know, it's got some kind of legend. I can't, I should have marked this page.
Why is there all this Superman stuff in this issue?
Didn't I talk about this once before?
I know I did. I don't remember.
This, what you're talking about. See, okay, I got to answer Pete's question.
Sorry, I'm like,
why is it more than half? The longest episode we haven't even gotten to the topic yet of Peter Parker.
He's going through this issue. I'm like, they have the 3/4 with Superman. I'm like, wait, isn't this House of Mystery?
This brags about at the top. An extra 30, you know.
Ah, okay, I didn't see that.
So it's a bonus page, bonus thick, and when you get, well, here's your bonus, it's Superman. And you're reading a horror comic book, and you want to get as far away from Superman as possible. You pick House of Mystery, and then Superman's inside as the bonus story.
28 pages, that's longer than the rest of the comic.
And it's basically a big TSR Radio Shack computer commercial. It's like a 30-page story about a TSR computer.
They probably got
It's a
paid
big plug for the TSR computer, which was a piece of crap anyway when it came out. See, here it is. This is old computers, kids.
Yeah.
This is like 1981.
Jesus.
1980, the TSR computer. This is 1979, maybe. So, in this issue, Kane does write and backs up. I guess it's... Here it is.
There we go. All the way to the back, pretty much.
I think it's this story right here, this letter or this.
All right, so I'll read it. So I have a question that I want to ask you. It's about the House of Mystery. I would like to know if you could tell me where exactly the House of Mystery is located. I live in the general area that the House of Mystery is in. In reading some of your comics, I found that it was called Braith Mansion. I feel that Kentucky would be proud to lay claim to the House of Mystery, from Keith Smith. And the response is, yeah, I know we've told you that the old house is in Kentucky. And it is! You can find it by walking down the path of fear, take a left at the pit of terror, and then hiking a mile or two through the forest of screams. That's where we are. We'll be waiting for you. Signed, Kane.
So there you have it. Hope I answered your question.
Yes.
So, yeah, thanks for that question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go off on another tangent.
Here we go. We're going to stay in House of Mystery. No, this is Journey into Mystery. Sorry.
So I was looking at comments the other day, and there was a guy, we did Journey into Mystery of some of my horror comics. And this guy wrote a question like, hey, what stories are these from? And he wrote this comment like 2 years ago, and I didn't see it till the other day, this comment. And then he wrote, thanks for the information, because nobody answered him. Sorry, dude.
Oops.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're still watching, Mr.
I don't know, but I didn't write his name down. I could have, but here you go, dude. The answer is these must be new stories because there's no information in here at all whatsoever about reprints. Not even in a fine print, like if it would say copyright 1952, then you would know it was a reprinted story, but there's no references.
Down below, no different years here? No. 1974.
I would have checked.
Yeah. Although you look at it, the art kind of looks like it was...
It looks old, but and if it is, there's no reference, dude. So, sorry it took me 2 years to tell you. I just saw your comment the other day, but yeah. In these Journey into Mystery... I did an episode on my Journey into Mysteries, and the guy had asked what stories, where'd they come from, what reprints. But they do look like stories from 20 years ago. Yeah, I should say...
From the 50s.
From the 50s.
Yeah.
And this book from the 70s.
They totally do.
Yeah, the artwork. But yeah, there's no reference to artists, writers, nothing, dude.
That's definitely reprints.
You know?
Yeah, you could tell just by the artwork.
You know?
Now, probably if you go dig a little deeper... For those of you,
like if you had an Overstreet price guide, they might have.
They would say
have more info in it,
and maybe even mycomicshop.com would tell you which where those originally came from.
Knievel on the back.
There you go.
So anyway, that finishes my
responding to viewers.
Yeah, my tangents. I'm done. Coming back on track.
All right.
Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man. What are you talking about? I'm talking about a team-up of Spider-Man and the Human Torch, which usually doesn't happen too often. They usually go and at each other.
Yeah.
So the team up against Morbius. And this is by Jerry Conway and Ross Andrew. And you got Frank Giacoya.
Yep.
Artie Semick. And Stan G. and Archie Goodwin, the editor. This is May 1977, number 6. So you got... In the very beginning of the issue, you got Spider-Man having issues with his webs. They're jamming. The webs is like the fluid isn't consistent. It's globbing up. It's clogging.
That's no good.
Jamming his web shooter. So of course, when he needs the web sling, he's falling, and he's feeling all dizzy and stuff. He's got like got like a fever, and then he's flashing back to previous Spider-Man issues, like the late 160s, which stories were going on. That's when he was being chased by the Robot Slayer, the J. Jonah Jameson,
yeah.
So then all of a sudden they go into this Fantastic Four story where the fiance of Michael Morbius goes to the Fantastic Four, I guess, for help. They let them know about Morbius. And, Morbius, his whole story was he made an enzyme to strengthen his blood count, but it turned him into a vampire.
Yeah.
And so anyway, she's going and telling this story. And of course, the Human Torch takes off by himself to go investigate, looking for the torch. And he remembers Spider-Man with his 6 arms.
Yep, the first time he tackled with Morbius. Yep. Exactly.
And then...
it's at 101, right?
Yeah, and they also, in this panel... They also make reference, a footnote, that more of that story is continued in Marvel Treasury Edition number 14, which I don't have, which must be a Spider-Man one. But that's what it says down there. And that's what it says. See? Marvel Treasury number 14. Because number 4 is, it's not the Fantastic Four, I think.
Right. And some of those Treasury editions
Might
did have new stories, not all of them.
So you got Morbius here talking with this other guy that he bit, and this guy's loving the power, and that's Jefferson Bolt. And Morbius is kind of I guess a little remorseful that he turned this guy into a vampire, but this new guy's loving the new power. So Morbius takes off, and he's like, just getting started, So you still got Peter Parker, Spider-Man, all the groggy-headed. So he goes looking for this doctor. See if he can help him. Right. Look at your web shooter toys. One for Captain America and the Hulk. The Hulk. Yeah, Hulk has a web shooter now. Love it. Spider-Man goes and sees this professor who's worked in tandem with Dr. Morbius. And so they both show up at the same time, the Torch and Spider-Man, to talk to this doctor. What a coincidence.
That always happens with these things.
And what's happening down here is outside that doctor's office. Well, he's a professor. He's teaching a college class, and he's kind of annoyed that they interrupted his class. He makes them wait. So he finishes his lecture. Then they meet in his back office for tea. Meanwhile, outside, Morbius finds this wino and jumps him because he needs blood.
Of course he does.
So that guy's like yelling, "Ah!" And then they're like, "What the hell?" And this is the world of comics. They're right nearby this attack. So
what a coincidence.
They're right there on the scene.
Of course.
Suddenly, quicker than 911. So now it's a big Morbius Spider-Man brawl over here.
Because we know those two don't like each other at all.
So Spider-Man kind of goes berserk, right? He goes berserk and he starts pounding the hell out of Morbius. And then the Human Torch gets like super hot and does like this thing. He calls it a sunburst, right? And up top here too. Yeah. So he's driving Morbius back.
And Spider-Man's getting dizzy, so he's still got that shit.
He's still got the fever going on. And then Spider-Man tries to use his webs to catch Morbius, and all that sunburst heat messes up his webs, so they're like they kind of like frizzle right out, right? So he can't catch him. And Morbius kind of escapes because of this sunburst. It really hinders Spider-Man's attempt with his webs to catch Morbius.
You said this is Ross Andrew, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like this. This looks like Gil Kane Morbius right here. Very nicely done. I always like with the big eyes like that. That's probably the best panel, I think, in this book. Nice.
So, you got... Let's interrupt this.
Gotta get the ads, right?
Does anyone do rockets anymore?
No.
I never did rockets.
No, I didn't either. Too dangerous.
I did skyrockets and model rockets, but not science rockets. Really good fight scenes.
Yeah, it's a pretty good battle here.
Then you got this guy down here. This guy in his gray shirt. He's the brother of this dude jumping Morbius.
Ah, okay.
They're brothers. But of course, this guy's human in the gray shirt. So it's what's going on as the Spider-Man and the Human Torch are taking on Morbius. Local bystander teenagers or whatever, they start picking up rocks and mud and start throwing at the Human Torch down here. And Spider-Man. So of course the Torch flame off. Spider-Man getting gang attacked. Total diversion from Morbius, right? Then you got the Jefferson Bolt guy jumping towards Morbius. I'll take you on. Captain America and the Abomination. All in the name of Hostess Fruit Pies. Interesting clash, those two. Right?
That's not the Abomination.
I say it is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Some kind of strange. 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. They look like the Abomination. They're not quite, but yeah.
They do in sunglasses. So
that's a great last half splash page of Morbius there. Look at
yeah,
that.
so
wow.
Morbius gets away, right? And Jefferson dies, right? Here he is, he's up here. Because Morbius gives him like a death chop over here. Stay back, whack! So Jefferson dies. Spider-Man takes off, return to base, you know. And you got Morbius here saying, "You can't make me go! You can't make me go!" And then, of course, the Shadow's like, "Yeah, I can make you do anything. Watch. You just watch and see." Dun, dun, dun! Cliffhanger ending.
So let me see that last page. So there's hardly any interaction with Spidey and the Torch in this, which is interesting. But
only when they see the Professor.
So where is he? He looks like he's on another planet or something.
That's to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they fight on the moon next issue.
Gotcha. So I wonder who that. Yes, in the next issue. Yeah, I wonder who that is he's talking to.
Yeah, that's what the cliffhanger. We just show the Shadow. Like you can't tell who that is with the Shadow. Go ahead, show him the Shadow again.
Yeah. Yeah, because the head is like kind of roundish.
You don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is, right? And you can't.
But it looks like he's on the moon.
It does.
Because by the background.
Yeah.
He's in space.
Yeah, somewhere in space. That's pretty cool.
Or another dimension.
Don't be silly, Michael. Of course I can. I can do that and much, much more. Do you know who it is? I don't, because I've never read these, but interesting.
Anyway, there you have inside the cover of Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man, where Spider-Man and the Human Torch team up against Morbius. I like it.
Morbius is awesome.
Yeah.
He's so good.
So there you have it, gang. Thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching Comic Book Geezers, and we appreciate your support.
Yeah. And click on that link below, which will take you to the Sea of Tranquility merch page where you can get one of these and one of these. They're all cool. There's all sorts of great stuff there. So thanks in advance for all your support there. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll see us here. We'll see you here. We'll see us here. With more comic book mayhem in the days to come. So thanks for watching. For Wild Bill, I am Pete Pardo. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody.
Take care.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.